I guess I should sort out an intro for these. You know what? I'm just going to see if I can do more than 2, and then I'll worry about that. Okay, so we'll get started. My second commission is done and behind me, and it was a lot different from the first. So it was a lot larger. I've only ever painted one other piece this big, and I've been excited about painting something large again for a while. I'm midway through painting something from my own personal collection. So this was really fun. I didn't say it like it was fun, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So the guy that wanted me to do it, the thing that he wanted was a really, I don't know, like oily oil painting. So something that's really thickly painted that almost looks like it's done with a palette knife. And if you don't know, a palette knife is not meant to be this dirty, but it's this. And I've got paint on me, brilliant. Well, that's fucking annoying. Oh God, why don't I clean up? So a palette knife is this. The guy asking me to paint this one wanted that kind of feel for it, which is quite difficult for me at the moment. So that was a fun challenge of figuring out how to do that. So for that reason, this painting took a fair bit longer than it usually takes for me. With these commissions, what I kind of went into it thinking was 3 things. The quality of the work, I want it to be objectively good. So regardless of it, whether it's your taste or not, is it something that you can respect as a good piece of work? The second is that will the customer like it? Is it what they've asked for? Which is important to me. And the third, which is almost just as important as the second, is do I like it? Now I know the painting isn't for me, but I've always had this thing of I want to be proud of what I'm giving out to people in the world, or putting out, that anything that represents me. And I think anything that I've made represents me, and I haven't always lived up to my own expectations of that, but I'm making a real effort to right now, you know? So yeah, so we'll bring the reason we're here, we'll bring the time lapse up. We did it last time. What did we do last time? I'm sure I remember it. I did some crazy, I don't know what it was. I did some editing thing last time, I don't know, but this time I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen. And we'll start it here with the drawing already done. In fact, no, yeah, I like talking about it and doing it. So yeah, we'll just take it and we'll just move it there again, you know? So what I wanted to do was make sure again that I've got the likeness ready, the face shape right, and what I wanted to do was concentrate on the composition of it as well. So I didn't want to have some 1 meter long head or some tiny person on a big canvas. So I wanted to get the composition right. And I think I went with the best option. I wanted you to get a feel for, yeah, just how he is and how he sits in a space. So yeah, so I drew that on, and let's watch what happens, and I'll chat through and I'll rewind and I'll keep doing it. First of all, I just wanted to make sure that I could get it to look like him. So I just drew on the dark areas, which you can see, and immediately started attacking those mid-tones again. Yeah, so with this, I really try and get into the values at the moment. Is that as light or as dark as I want the image to be? So yeah, so now I'm attacking some lighter areas and I'm just playing with a little bit, and just to see how certain things might look and trying to take it in a really nice, neat area. And I was actually trying to finish the face a little faster than I'm capable of doing. And so you'll notice this quite almost like cartoony effect of this face right now, where these colors are nice and vibrant, nice and bright, but they don't really sit in reality. So judging the correct amount of shadows and how you deviate from shadow to light to midtones and whatever is really difficult, and getting the right feel of it, making it look not realistic, but making it look believable can be quite difficult. And I was having a bit of a hard time with that thought. So what you're gonna see next is basically I just scrub it all off and I just go all over and I start again. And this was me really trying to figure some stuff out. And I just put blocks of color, and you can see he almost just gets drowned under this sea of color over his face, using just 3 or 4 tones. So you'll see me actually use the palette knives here, and my partner, to just build this background, these textures, block in areas, and then I use the brush intermittently and the palette knife, and I keep swapping between the two to just block in large areas of color. So I'm pretty much just building the face here. And I'm trying to build it using actually another technique, just through squinting. And the idea is to just lose detail in the subject when you're looking at it. So, I mean, if you can look at a cloud, for example, you'll see loads of different types of shades of gray, light to dark, usually. But to paint the nice form of a cloud, the shape of it, where it bulges out in certain areas and it spikes off in others and it flattens out in some, a good technique is to squint, to lose the details of the cloud and just see the block shapes of color and light or dark areas. And if you just paint those in first, you can get a really good form of the thing that you're painting. So I try and do that with the face here. And what I do is I just try and paint, I don't worry about details or blending things or making it look like skin or whatever. All I'm doing is squinting when I'm looking at the subject, seeing an area of color and just blocking that in. And I just keep doing that. And what I do is I refine it by making those areas a bit smaller, where I have little bits of color in different places that I see. And then as I start to make them smaller, I start to blend them with each other. And I just keep layering this face, getting this really thick painted feeling that he wants. So I attack the same thing with the body here. So I thought, okay, cool, let me just block in a bunch of areas, and I block in a bunch of white areas, a bunch of slightly gray areas, and I just do the same thing that I did on the face here. Obviously it takes a little bit more time just because the space is bigger. And what I go through now is this kind of process of losing the image and then getting it back. So in the background I realized there was just too much going on, and it was just a lot to look at. And as much as I wanted it to be quite busy, I wanted to have some areas where your eyes can relax and you didn't have to look away from the painting to achieve that. I wanted you to be able to, even peripherally, have some areas that your eyes weren't under so much stress. So I paint large areas of some quite muted colors, like these lilacs, like these lilacs. And his hands, I mean, they weren't the focus. I just wanted you to see his hands in a certain position to set him in the space. So I didn't worry about detail on the hands. I just blocked in the colours, which I thought was quite nice. Yeah, so, and here's me lifting up the final piece so you can see it. Yeah, so I fucked up, which is really annoying. I fucked up because what I wanted to do was the same thing as the last video, or the first video, which was to have a nice picture of the piece and just to cycle through parts of it, to zoom in, talk about it. If I'm honest, I'm kind of glad I didn't take a picture, because I now get to do this, and I think this is the part of the video that I think too scared to do whilst making it, and it was just be candid about how I really felt about the painting and the process making it. And I don't think I was entirely happy with this piece. It's hard for me to not get tunnel vision with things and just work obsessively at things. I tend not to step away from it. And with these commissions, it's been a bit worse, because there's the pressure of trying to please people, and it's not nice, man. Yeah, I think it creates a situation like this where I can come away from it after a month and a half and go, I may not be as happy with that as I thought I was. Not because I thought it was bad, but because I think I could have done better. And I guess I just have to sit with that feeling, like I could have done better. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I thought that would suck, admitting that, but it doesn't. That's quite nice. Yeah, I think I really needed this. Yeah, this is really cathartic. Yeah, this feels good. I mean, I'm not saying it like it's good, but it is. I like these parts. This whole painting thing has been really interesting this entire time. You know, like, I don't know what will happen in 3 months with this stuff. Like I guess the blueprint, the projection for me is super blurry. Like I don't know what's happening. I'm just really trying to build it and figure this shit out as I'm going along. And I didn't realize how much of myself I was pouring into this. And it's really nice. I've heard people say before they don't want to make I've heard people say like two different things actually, that they don't want to make the thing that they love their career because it will spoil it. And I've heard people say that if you can get paid for what you love, then it's the absolute best thing. And I think what I'm realizing is the important thing is your mentality and perspective within what you do. So the idea of not making the thing you love your career, I did that with dancing, and that amongst a few other things I think sent me into quite heavy depression, some bad mental health for a few years in my mid-20s. And then I tried doing something that I didn't like as a career, and that just made it worse. It just perpetuated that feeling. And I think it's been after I left work and I took some time out for myself to just fucking figure out what it is that I want to do. And I systematically stripped away things that didn't work, and then I started building things back up that I do like. I've realized that the perspective I have on this is a healthy one. I'm learning to do this all the time, you know, like just really open up to myself, like for myself, but also to other people, in case anyone else either needs to hear it, wants to, or can help me as well, you know. Like I think it's really good to just really push that ego aside as much as you can be aware to. I think that makes sense, and just yeah, and just allow yourself to grow. And it's nice. And I think this is what this is doing. I think that's where I'll end it. I think this is what I've realized, is that this is allowing me to grow in ways that I just don't understand right now, that I can't articulate, but I'm gonna try to. And I'm enjoying this a lot. So for my second customer, thanks so much for commissioning me for this piece. Yeah, it's been a proper journey on this one. Yeah, I'm buzzing to finish this one behind me. And I can't wait for the others that I'm doing too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing and messing around. But yeah, thanks for everyone just for constantly helping me with shit. It's really nice. But yeah, catch you next time.